Hey everybody, Jeremy here. I am about to watch the Avengers War Table, I guess, breakdown and discussion, probably what they were going to do at E3 this year when it got canceled. I have been waiting all day for this. I have not seen it yet. I am dying to see what they show, but a little caveat, they have a long way to go with me. I played Destiny 2. I was a big fan of those games, but games as a service has really worn on me. I bought into Anthem and Ghost Recon. Breakpoint was rough. I own it. I've played the heck out of it, but it's like all games as a service, they all wear on me. After a while, it's just more of the same over and over again. And I don't know if it's a resource thing because you've got so many different people trying to add so many different things to the game. So unlike other superhero games, where you get to narrowly focus on one aspect of the game, which is usually the single player. That's why you get your amazings. I almost said amazing Spider-Mans, but really, that's why you get your Spider-Man PS4. That's why you get your Arkham Batman games. Those games are phenomenal because they didn't have any of the other bloat. They don't have loot mechanics. They don't have multiplayer. They don't have PvE and PvP. They don't have game hubs. They don't have towers and hub worlds and all these different things, social places. When I play a superhero game, especially a superhero game, I want to play the narrative. I want to play as that character. I don't care about running around and just hanging out with my friends. I can do that in a lot of other games. I don't need to do it in a superhero game. Like Avengers. If I'm playing an Avengers game, this is kind of where I'm at, is if I'm playing an Avengers game, I want to be playing as the Avengers. I don't want to be playing as my friends who are talking to me while we're pretending we're the Avengers, but we're not going to be talking like we're Avengers. We're going to be talking about other stuff, but my friend happens to be using the Hulk, and another friend happens to be in Tony's armor, and now we're going to kill the same guy we just killed 500 times while we do the same mission we've already done at least a dozen times. Win me over, Marvel. Who's?
The proper boundaries, I could harness the raw power of that beast.
Who's talking?
Later, while hunting, the adolescent cub turned on me. We're fixing the damage the Avengers did all those years ago. Inhumans are sick.
Who?
Unlimited power, that's dangerous. It's lethal. You are lucky to be alive. Come on.
Who's talking?
Let AIM help you.
I'll take my chance.
Wait, is that the leader?
What if the Avengers were set up? I think you should see for yourself. Could Mr.
What?
Stark help us with this?
Hi, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Come on.
Not gonna bait me with the story.
Very good.
He totally locked Cap in the reactor room and then he tried to jack the Chimera.
Son of
Have you all completely lost your senses?
Well, where were you while the world went to hell?
a... This is our fault. All of ours.
You really think the world is better without us?
Yes. See, it's always been your problem.
Look at that armor.
From who you are, what you are. I'm warning you.
This is exactly what Tarleton wants!
You struggle. Unstoppable tide of progress, Avengers. Power cannot be controlled. It has to be
Abomination.
avoided. I will rid the Earth of superpowers. Even if it has to end with me.
Boda. What the? We'll start positive. looks good. Like, graphically, looks solid. Not quite as polished as I would hope, but I'm mostly there. Like, looks like it's 99, probably not even 99, more like 90% there. Character models are looking better. I don't know what they've done, but or maybe they're just not showing them off as much in the stuff we just saw. But they're looking better. I'm getting used to the designs more. Also, with the fact that we're going to switch out the costumes more often, the story, the cutscenes, I think won't be quite as jarring as they were when this originally got introduced. Still looking for positives. Oh, the Thor scene where he was just using lightning to lift a helicarrier, that was super cool. Also, the fact that, the team dynamic, the actual, you had Kamala and Hulk beating down this thing, and Iron Man could join in as well. All very cool. Very cool in concept. I really like the customization idea of not only just in your playstyle, or not in just your outfit or your costume, but also in your playstyle. You can customize that to a degree, which they're promoting that as it's going to be really in depth. I just don't know. Those skill trees were decent, but I'm just wondering how much variance there really is in that, and I don't think any of us are going to really know until we get our hands on it. So, and other than that, I'm really struggling for positives. Like the characters we're seeing so far, I like that. Love that we saw Fury, thankfully. Fury, Maria Hill, they mentioned Hank Pym, Dum Dum Dugan. Love that. A little disappointed we didn't get any nods to other Avengers or Marvel characters here. Well, I get it. We want to focus on the core, and also they didn't even show Cap, which, come on, guys. We know he's in the game. Just give us a little bit. Anyway, that's more of a negative than anything. Why wouldn't you just show us Cap? We know he's there. We know. And maybe he doesn't come back in until late game, and if that's the case, that's gonna suck. I mean, come on, it's Cap. Okay, still struggling for the good. Still. Okay, let's go for a medium, a neutral. Just looking at the screen when they were showing the missions on the map, it looked like somewhere between a dozen and maybe 20 missions. But if that was everything, and that included campaign, the war zones, and character missions, that's not as much variety as you'd think. And that's what I always think drags these games down, is the variety. We need variety in these games, or else they just get stale and they just become repetitive. That's why I constantly fall off. So let's just dive into the negatives. The negatives are everything I said before. As soon as they said you can buy your costumes, I just about checked out. But you can't earn a lot, according to them. I'm still not thrilled that we have to buy some. I think the loot box era is dying, and I don't know how many of us are really going to put up with it much longer. But everything I had even said at the beginning, is worrying me is they've got the PvE, which is, they keep saying this is a single player game. They actually said that towards the end. This is a single player game. However, you can play it with your friends. But it's still a games as a service. In fact, the way that helicarrier is set up, your home base, that's a hub world. Just make no mistakes, that's a hub. That's a social hub where we're supposed to hang out with our friends. That's not a single player experience. So I don't know if they're trying to pivot slightly because they realize that some people are like me and don't really want an Avengers game that is 50 different it can't be 50, you can only have 4 to a team. So you got a team of 4 Iron Mans or Iron Men, or 3 Hulks and a Cap. Coming to NBC. I just don't know where they're gonna. I feel like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They're trying to say, no, 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 this is a single player experience, but you can play with your friends and random strangers, and we're going to constantly support it, and they're going to be loot boxes. And don't pay attention to the fact that this sounds exactly like a games as a service, and exactly like Anthem that just came out this past year, or Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which also came out this year, both of which were really bad games as a service titles. And don't think about Destiny, because, you know, while people love Destiny, it's not as revered as it used to be. So let's just call this a single player experience that you can share with friends. Why didn't you just make a single player experience that had co-op? So that's it. Those are my thoughts. They did not sell me. The story looks cool. The graphics look cool. The gameplay, I am very mixed on. I don't know if that was just that maybe this is in 30 frames per second, the video itself, so that's why it's looking kind of choppy, or it's the actual game that the character motions just aren't that fluid. I don't know. And I probably won't be buying this until I see some reviews and hear some hands-on, because I've been burned too many times. As much as I love the Avengers, and, well, superheroes in general, but I can't. Been burned by love before. Alright, so what are your thoughts? Sorry, am I crazy in the things I'm seeing? Did you see something different? Maybe you picked up something I didn't see. Leave those comments below. I'm really curious on what other people think of this game so far, because I'm just not that impressed. I mean, visually it's interesting, and the ideas behind it are really neat. Like, as far as the gameplay mechanics sound really neat, as far as, you know, the customization wise, and even the move sets look cool so far. Just certain mechanics aren't working for me, and games as a service. So yeah, leave your comments. You don't need to hear me yammer anymore. Just leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Please hit that like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And as usual, please take care of yourselves, and please take care of each other. Until next time.